third attempt. That mess up on my computer trailed off the sound by 15 seconds. I have to do it all over again. Alright, so today's video is RF samplers, because straight radios, 1 watt, quarter watt, 50 watts can't run into any of your test equipment except for your power meter. Alright, I'm already getting sick of doing this stuff because I've had to do it 3 times. You need a piece of coax, mini 8, whatever, 2 PL259s, doesn't matter which type, BNC connector, RF bead, either with clear coated copper wire or any other type of wire. Kind of use the smallest wire possible, doesn't matter. And how it's going to work is you wrap it about 4 times. This is just an example here. 4 times. It's going to go like this. I take that back, I'm sorry. I'm frustrated right now. It's going to go like this. This wire is going to be soldered to the PL259 jack, while the center conductor is soldered to the center conductor of the PL259. Then you take 100 ohm resistor, solder it there, PL2 or BNC right there. That's all it is. Remember to keep the housing, the coax housing on. Do not remove it. Wrap about 4 times on a ferrite bead or a 1/2 inch ferrite bead, or whatever ferrite you got. It can even be one this big, but make sure the hole is pretty small for this coax to sit nice and centered in there. You don't want it flopping around. And that's pretty much it on RF samplers, and it needs to be in an aluminum box, hobby box. You want to try to keep the coax as short as possible. If you make them too long, what's going to happen is your SWRs is going to go sky high on the radio because they know there's a fault somewhere. And make sure you always test your leads with one of those. Put it on continuity and then make sure everything is right. Make sure you clean up the solder joints, everything. Okay, now I'm going to use my Tektronix 2030 oscilloscope. I'm going to show you. That's the RF sampler that I built. That's out of an aluminum wallet case. We're going to use this. We're going to use the old Grant, which is a messed up radio. I have modulation on this thing messed up for a reason. I'm going to show you how the radio shouldn't be and should be. Okay? So give me a couple seconds here to plug this in. So hang on here. Camera's going to go upside down for a second. Remember RG3/16 cables. You're going to need to make your own. They can only handle 80 watts. Do not be running these as jumpers for your amplifiers. You'll short everything out. It's not going to work. So trust me, don't do it. They're only meant for testing low wattage radios. Okay? Alright. So we're going to turn the radio on. What we're going to do is we're going to check the radio for flat top, meaning it's going to look like a bunch of box cars, and that's what the hell's the word I'm looking for? That's what you don't want your radio to do, okay? When you do that, you're starting to bleed over other adjacent channels, and it's just, that's where all your power is not, it's not really there, basically. We're going to turn this on. We're going to use 1,000 hertz tone. It needs to be 1,000 hertz tone. Okay. Put this microphone over this. Now, do you see how that is? You should not have that. That's bad. Yeah, it's loud. People can hear you. You're loud as hell. But you actually are going to sound like shit when you're up close. Not a good idea. And you're not really doing the power that your watt meter's telling you, because it's all that power is being bled over all the other channels. You don't want that. So hold on a second here. So check this out. Let's see. I got the camera in my mouth here, damn it. Now watch this. This is how you want your modulation. You see that? Beautiful. Look at that. Nice and clean. Oh, that's how you want it. And that's from 1,000 hertz tone. Okay? So there you go. Then when you turn this off here, now you can talk into it, and hello. Audio check, 1, 2. Audio check. Yeah. Audio. See? That's how it's supposed to be. Hello. Audio check. There you go. I'm not doing this video again. I've already got a headache from this crap. Alright, let me set this back on there. Oh. Okay. So remember, when you go to eBay to get these cables, it's RG 3/16. Get about 25 feet for about 16 bucks on eBay. When you buy the connectors, keywords, needs to be RG 3/16 crimp-on B and C connectors. Okay? And then when it comes to your PL259s like this one, it needs to be RG 3/16 crimp-on PL259 connectors. And then get yourself some heat shrink tubing. That's what you're going to need. And you need to get yourself resistors. You can get yourself resistors on eBay. And remember, on the first video I said I had my radio cracked open, that one, because I was putting a copycat in there. Well, I kind of neglected to tell you what type of copycat I was put in there. So here, I'll show you what I did. Go to manual. Let me turn my talk back I put on. And hold on here. Oh crap. Too short. Just listen to it now, fellas.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Yeah, I did the recording myself on that PC right there. I love Star Wars. As you can see, I've got a lightsaber sitting right up there, which is, whoops, right up there, which is actually battle ready. Let me get my microphone set back in here. Oh, come on. I really hate it when this doesn't go my way. Okay. Alright. Remember, RF samplers is a must when using test equipment like this. I got this one on eBay. My friend gave me this one for, I think it was my birthday a couple of years ago. I also got this same one here from him, and I paid 60 bucks from him for it, and it connects in junction with this. You're going to need yourself some transistor checkers. I used the DCA Pro by Atlas, or Atlas DCA Pro. Checks diodes, LEDs, transistors, and this one here even works for bipolar. Get yourself an oscilloscope. Now remember, do not get an oscilloscope that is 20 megahertz. Needs to be 30 megahertz or higher. So you can go one that'll say 30 megahertz, it works fine. If you find one that says 1.8 gigahertz, that's fine. It will go all the way down to 27 megahertz, 26 megahertz, all that stuff. Frequency counters, for some people it can get a little bit confusing. You can get a frequency counter from 150 megahertz, 30 megahertz, all the way up to 1.8 or 8 gigahertz, whatever the heck it is. It still works for CB radio. It's just a matter of finding the functions. Get yourself a signal generator that will do 1,000 hertz tone. You can get those on eBay. Make sure you find a video on it first before you purchase it, because there are false advertisements. You don't want to do that, because returning it's a big pain in the ass to get the right one. And make sure you get yourself a rework station like the one I showed you. You don't have to get a rework station. You can get other soldering irons, but you would be really happy with a rework station because they work really good. And I paid 80 bucks on eBay for mine, and it's been working perfectly fine for me. If you already have one, cool. It's good to have more than one scope. If you are a beginner like me, you find deals on stuff, grab it. Just make sure that it's the correct megahertz, the correct frequency. So you can get resistors, capacitors on eBay, but I'm going to tell you one thing right now about transistors. Kind of stay away from transistors when it comes to eBay stuff, because a lot of them are fake. Yeah. I have gotten some 70 transistors like these right here. These are labeled, these do work, but I have found some that are not working. They're not doing what the hell they're supposed to. You can get these on there. These are all cheap. You can get this stuff on eBay. These are the most common ones that are being used. And the ones that I don't buy on eBay, don't ever buy these on eBay. I swear to God, they're just going to rip you off. These are bipolars. These are HG 2290s. I've also got, I've got 2879s. These are real HGs. And where did I get them? Or these are 2290s, I'm sorry. This one's 2879. I got these from ICA Manufacturing. And since Toshibas are no longer available, you can get them from there and you can experiment. This was one of my experiments. Here, I'll show you. I built this from the ground up. Oh, Jesus Christ. This case is from ICA. This transformer is a 75 amp transformer. Pulled that from a UPS little battery container things. These are 2879s. I built this whole circuit board, but I'm having some issues with this relay here. I'm still learning the relay patterns on this damn thing. Yep. See? Built all of this myself. Yeah, it weighs a ton. Okay, now, remember, here's the book that I was telling you guys about. CDC International. It's based out of Tucson, I believe, because this is where this book came from. I had posted the card they gave me on my Facebook CB channel. You guys are welcome to join it. You just give me time to approve it and everything. I basically approve everybody. You always keep your comments respectful. This is supposed to be a fun channel. It's to learn stuff when you're a beginner. Get this book if you want to learn CB radios. It's a must-have. You have to have it. Unless you're already an experienced electronics guru, still fun to have because these books may not be here forever. See? Shows all kinds of technical stuff here. Look at that. Everything. Look at this. This is a must-have. You have to have it. And if you have to have the golden screwdriver books too, whatever. I like to mod radios, but I will not flat top the audio. If I go on the verge of flat topping, I'll put a CP1 compressor on there to control it. But I do not pull mod limiters. Nope. I've heard how they sound. Yes, they sound really nice, but it's uncontrollable. They sound like shit through the other channels, and you're splattering all over sideband, which is pretty much useless. So why do it? There are some people that like pulling mod limiters, but it's uncontrollable. Look at this. This is all good stuff. Shows the wave patterns here. Look at this. Sorry, my fat thumb's in the way. This is the best book to learn CB radio stuff. This book's been around forever. The original creator, I guess, is gone. He's no longer with us. So, of course, the books got discontinued, but then they were brought back and reformatted, recreated with the same technical stuff that the original fella used. Look at that, dummy loads. It even tells you here how you can figure out your RF power. Even though your meters are wrong, you can do it with a voltmeter. It's good stuff, man. Look at this. Let me see if I can get behind this camera so you guys can see. Right here. Read that. Really good. His photo's in here somewhere, but I don't remember what page number this is on, so I'm not going to look for it. Waste half the video. I don't want to be wasting your guys' time. That's time you'll never get back out of your life. Look at that. This is dope. All kinds of stuff. These books run about from 59 to 79 bucks. I have other radios in here too. I have a Cobra 2000. I got it non-working. It was actually given to me. Didn't work. I got it to work, but since I work every single day, I don't have time. The audio is kind of, it's okay, but it's bleeding on the other channel, so I have to rework the whole audio circuit. I even have a Washington, unit in Washington. I hate those radios. Other people like them, so everybody's got different tastes and likes and dislikes. That's alright. Always have junk radios with you. That's where you can get the best source of parts. Just make sure your transistors work. You need to get yourself a transistor checker. Get yourself some noise toys, whatever the hell you want to do. They're fun to play with. Yeah. Well, guys, I think I've been running this video a little bit way too long. My headache is even worse. I even have a mobile radio. It's the Striker 497. I learned how to do the audio on those things, and oh my god, that frickin' thing is awesome. The Striker 497, and the mag mount I'm using is the Striker SR A10. Is it A10? One of the best mobile antennas I had ever bought, and it smokes the Wilson 5000. This is a mag mount. They look almost identical to the Wilson mount, but it's just a big coil with LEDs in here. When you key it up, it lights up, and you can see it in the dark. Side by side, from a Wilson 1000 to this one, the Wilson got smoked by this thing 15 miles away. So if you guys are looking for one of these things run about $100. Truckersupply.com had them, and they're very good at packaging, and good company to be getting with. I do not recommend going through Amazon to get these, because I got ripped off by that company. They sent it, it got lost for 4 months, and I never got my money back, and I'm still fighting for it. So truckersupply.com, wonderful people. I can even show you guys how to run a studio microphone setup on your base radio if you wanted to. It's a little bit pricey to do it, but once you do that, oh my god, you can control your audio and do all kinds of stuff through a mixer, studio mics. Then you got to make a specific adapter box yourself. This is one of the ones that I built. You'll have to have this going into a mixer. This plugs into the radio, and then you can either use a foot switch or you can use a hand switch to key your microphone up. I didn't have a foot switch, but it's easy to change this out. I just used one of these just for the hell of it, and I had a little plastic hobby box to make the connections and the RF shielding and everything in here. And no, it does not squeal. If you ever get yourself one of these, make sure you get the small mixer that has to where you can block out all the background. I can't remember the damn name of it. Compressor. A variable compressor. And it's awesome. I took all mine off because I like using my Golden Eagle here. It's one of my favorite microphones to use. Alright fellas, I'm going to close this video down. Whoever joins and likes these videos, just keep your comments respectful. Everybody is welcome to join. If they have questions, feel free to ask or PM me on my Facebook. I do have a CB radio tips and tricks type thing on there. You guys can join that if you want. My handle is Scorpion on the radio. Y'all have a good Christmas. You guys stay safe, keep your family safe, and peace out.